Hello out there, and welcome to the Danny.
And Riana show. This is Danny Pena, Riana's husband.
And this is Riana Manuel Pena, Danny's wife. And today we're gonna talk to you. Yeah, we're gonna go through your comments, your questions, your congratulations, and yeah, we're gonna look and see what we can speak to. There may be some stuff that we can't yet, but this time it's all about feedback, right, Danny?
Yeah, we have a lot of comments and questions. We got some questions here and there. Yeah, and you're right, Rita. There's going to be a couple of things that we probably will not answer. We could probably maybe read it because people are asking, and we could briefly talk about it. And some we can't answer. Bear with us, but I think this is going to be a fun episode because I love interacting with our viewers and listeners. So yeah. So let's start. Oh, before we start, I forgot to mention this. Continue to subscribing, liking the video, and also sharing the content to people because it's been helping us. We are about to hit 800
Oh my
subscribers.
gosh, so
We're
close
very
to
close,
800?
but the goal. I want to hit over 1,000. Let's see if we can hit 1,000, and then we'll go from there. Our next goal. But 1,000, let's do it. We're almost there, guys. Almost there.
1,000 before we move. That's what I've been hoping for. So
Yes,
yes,
yes.
please share the content and throw us a subscription if you haven't already. I think about 80% of the folks watching this video are not yet subscribed. So go ahead and click that little bell and make sure you're updated every time we drop a new episode.
So let's read the first question. This is on Spotify, by the way, guys. I know you could also send comments there. This is from Jason Simon. What helps you more, YouTube or Spotify?
What helps us more as a listener or a viewer right now, both, but we really, really want those subscriptions on YouTube. And if you don't mind listening on Spotify and then just heading over to our YouTube channel, The Danny and Riana Show, or youtube.com/@DannyandRiana, and hitting subscribe. You don't even have to watch the video there if you don't want to, if you've already listened. That would be really, really helpful.
Very much, yep. All right, so this is from Felix G. Cab from a couple of days ago, actually. This is a comment. The growth in Punta Cana is amazing to see. Cap Cana, Vista Cana, and downtown are all developing extremely fast. I totally agree. It is changing. I remember we were there back in July of last year, and then we went back again in December, and we got to see the changes just in a couple of months with a lot of places. When we arrived, I think it was in December, that's when they opened up for the first time the Sirena supermarket right by Vista Cana. And yeah, even driving around the area, new construction, new locations that has been building super fast. So yeah, you're right. Like it's changing, it's developing. I think in a couple of years, it's going to become a huge, huge city.
Yeah, for sure. Just a couple of concrete examples because, we've all lived in different parts of the U.S. And seen varying degrees of construction efficiency throughout our adulthoods. When we went in July, in comparing to December, like Danny just said, I saw new streetlights along the major highway, like the entire thing. All the streetlights were just up. I never saw it in progress from July to December. It was done sometime in that period. There was a new highway on-ramp that was put up, brand new with, again, the lights and the little bumps on the road to make sure everybody's going an appropriate speed so that everybody can merge safely. Things like that in cities I've lived in the past, like Seattle or Pittsburgh, they took a lot longer to get finished for a number of reasons. But what's really, really encouraging about Punta Cana is that the Punta Cana Group, this is a private company that is really spearheading all of these incredible infrastructure projects, including the Punta Cana Village, including the airport. They're adding even more things. It's really well organized and they are executing. It's not just, oh, we'll get this new highway expansion someday. It's like, no, they say they're going to do it and then it's done. Even the roads that go from the airport all the way out to the beachfront, which is where we stayed in July, have been completely repaved since we were there in July. And then it was brand new smooth roads in December. So the public works execution is really impressive, and it's showing no sign of slowing down, which is why we are well, one of the reasons why we are so excited and so confident in our home in our new neighborhood of Vista Cana, because it is being supported by this really effective group. And we've seen their work and their progress and the results, and they mean business and they're really getting stuff done. So it's very impressive.
Yeah, one location that we noticed right away, and I know you briefly mentioned, was like the that street when you drive from like the downtown going to like Bávaro. I think that's the
Boulevard
Bávaro
de
River.
Turísticos, I think.
Yes, yes, there's a lot of resorts there. I
Hmm.
remember back in July, it rained and it was like a very bad flooding area, right?
Yeah.
When we went there again and it rained and there was no floods, I'm like, whoa, they made some major changes just in a couple months.
Yeah.
Crazy, you know. So that's exciting
Major
to see.
drainage, filling potholes. Like
Yeah,
it's really well done.
because here's the thing: there's a lot of people that travel from around the world and they visit Punta Cana. They want to make the area easy to drive around, not that don't make it complicated. Also, people that also live there and works there make it easy for everybody. And I think this is something pretty cool to see from the city. You know, so all right. So this is another one from Edwin's at 1062. Congrats. He's talking about our land video. How much did it cost for your particular land? How much money would it cost for your new home to be built? Any HOA fee. Now, before we talk about this, there's another person also mentioned that if we can't answer it, please use it as a future content. And best of luck. We'll sub and follow your journey. It will help many. I also bought in Cap Cana. He said he backed out. Interesting. I
Oh.
don't know why, but yeah. But go ahead, Brie.
Yeah, so we can't talk about final price yet because it's not done. So we're not sure. What we can share is that our price range when we were searching was between 300 and 400,000 US dollars.
Mhm.
And we nailed it with this, at least the projected cost. So we'll see what it is at the end of the day. I don't know. Well, maybe we want to add some upgrades or make some changes, and we'll figure out what the final bill is, and of course share that when it's appropriate. But what we can talk about is HOA fees and in general, like how maintenance fees work down there. So the HOA fee is usually a cost per square foot. So it depends on the size of the home that you're either moving into or building.
Mhm.
For us, we're about 200 square meters of construction, and our HOA fee is quoted at about 180 US dollars per month. So that is paid to Vista Cana, and some locations in Vista Cana, like if we're in Paseo del Sendero or some of the other communities within Vista Cana community, you
Mhm.
might have a second HOA fee. So that's something to think about if you're seriously looking, and something to ask your realtor or your lawyer as you're working with different companies or builders is like, how many HOAs like are you paying? Are you paying just to Vista Cana or another one to your property unit? And what is the square footage cost for your HOA? Because that'll tell you how much it is every month. And
Mhm.
again, depends on how big your house is. The second category of something that people would consider part of an HOA in a lot of parts of the US, like for where it's where we are, is your yard or your lawn care maintenance. And of course, a lot of people over there have pools. So there's also pool maintenance. And those are usually separate. So what the HOA for Vista Cana covers is, of course, your security, which is very important to us. So we're really happy that they're paid well and that our HOA can go towards that, but
Mhm.
also for fumigation, for general landscaping in the entire community, for access to the clubhouse areas, and all of the incredible amenities that we've talked about in previous videos, and even more that they're still building more to come. So,
Mhm.
those, of course, might change over time. Usually in the world, prices for stuff like that go up, and that's something we're aware of and prepared for. But then we also have to add on the cost of any lawn care or landscaping that you want to add on. I think people say it's usually about $50 to $70 a month for that. And then
Mhm.
same for pool maintenance, depending on how large your pool is or how complicated your system is. And that's something else that we're going to have to add on as well. And altogether, we're prepared for about $300, and that's fine. You know, we feel comfortable at that amount. Right now where we are, we pay an incredibly low HOA fee, And this is closer to what most people pay, at least in neighborhoods we've compared in the US with gated communities or luxury communities. So that gives you kind of a ballpark idea depending on how complicated your house is, how big it is, and what you have in your yard.
Yeah, I have another question here, and I think this is directly to you, Uri, because this is from one of our videos from back in December.
That's okay. I feel like I'm on an interview. This is
Where do
exciting.
you go like do your nails in Punta Cana? Because a lot of people have been asking that question. And here's the thing: we went there during the holidays, so the whole area was just busy with a lot of people that came from out of town. Ree was also all over the place driving, and she will talk about it more. But you also have to understand that we were there during the holidays, so it was very, very busy time for us and for the city too. So,
Yeah, it's pretty funny because I actually made a series of videos. If you haven't seen those, they're on my socials, either on TikTok or I believe I put them on Instagram as well, of a 3-part saga of me trying to get my nails done.
hmm
And it was hard. I will say it was hard. I went to a place in Fruisa,
hmm
and tried to book an appointment, sat there, wasn't seen. I didn't speak Spanish to the people there, so they might have just pegged me as a tourist and kind of moved on with the people that were their regulars. I can't really hate on that too much. I'm an outsider coming in. But our amazing cousin Fani helped us figure out another place in Cana that was able to take me. Now, this place was amazing. You walk in, they have candies there. People speak English or Spanish, and probably other languages too if you need help.
hmm
They offer you fresh, like, tea or soda if you want something to drink while you get your nails done. It has a beautiful view out the back of the nail salon directly at the ocean, and you can, like, smell the sea spray coming in, and the salon is appropriately named Waves. But this is in Cap Cana, and if you don't have access to Cap Cana, if you're not staying there or don't know somebody who owns property there, it is gated and you cannot enter without that access.
I
Danny has a
have
finger up.
yeah. So, and I heard this from multiple creators that live in Punta Cana. You could get access to it, but you have to make reservations for like the business that you're gonna go. So let's say it's a restaurant, the nail
Yeah.
salon, even at the park, the water park that's available at Calcana. If you have access and reservations and you show, because they'll send you like the QR code for you to the permission to get in as a visitor. If you
Right.
get that, then you can have access. But if you don't, then like
Mhm.
you said, you need to have at least somebody that you know that lives in that area too. That's another option.
Right.
hmm
And thank you for clarifying that. What I guess I was getting at is that it's not easy to just walk in. Like, you'd have to make an appointment and prepare ahead of time, and
Yep.
I was scrambling, and
hmm
this is all very last minute. There is another place that I've heard a lot of people recommend in Vista Cana's business center, and that is actually outside of the gate, so you can probably walk in there more easily. It's called Glamour. I've not been there yet, so I wouldn't be able to give a recommendation at this time, but I
hmm
absolutely plan to go there because hopefully that will be my new local salon. And yeah, I'll report back. But there's many, many places, but as Danny said, it was a holiday and it was last minute. So it was a little bit tough for me to find someplace, but Waves took care of me. Again, they're a little bit on the pricier side, but absolutely deliver with the service. And it was wonderful. My nails were perfect for weeks after. So I was
Good.
very
Good.
happy.
I know there's other locations where they offer you like beer and liquor, have a little.
Yeah.
There's some music, there's some DJ there playing too. Like, but you couldn't go to that one because it was just too busy. But hopefully next
Yeah.
time. Yeah. All right. So this is another one from Justin. He says, "Where do you go for dinner from the airport?" So he's talking about this person's talking about when we later that night, the day that we arrived, we met up with our family member, and they took us to this restaurant called Noah. It's
Oh, yeah.
in Bob, I believe it's in the Barbado area. I'm gonna show you some pictures because
Yeah.
yo,
It
this
was up
place is
closer to
amazing.
the resort or closer
Yeah.
to the resorts.
So there's two Noahs, by the way. There's two Noahs. There's one in Cap Cana and there's another one in Barbado. Yo, the food
And they are
here,
very different, I will
very
say.
different.
Both excellent, but different styles and different menus.
Yeah, this is the Barbado one. So I know the one in Cap Cana is more like seafood. So I know
Mhm. A
the
little more
owner,
high-end, like
very high
yeah.
end. Yeah. The other one is they have more like meat, but it's like beautiful. Like, oh my God, some delicious food. I
Great
love the
drinks, really
drinks.
fun presentation for some of their drinks too.
Yeah, so it's very, very clean. Love the staff. Like when we got there, it was very, very packed. So we had to wait, but they were like, no, 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 come to this area, sit. If you guys want some drinks, you could wait here while we have a table available in a few minutes. And yeah, they were like making sure that we were okay. My cousin knows some of the people that work there too, so they were like making sure that we were good, you know. So right here is the entrance of Noah Restaurant and Lounge. Beautiful, beautiful outdoor and indoor location. We took
Mhm.
our my mother-in-law and father-in-law took them over there. They loved it. We were having a great, great time over there, right, Ree?
Oh yeah, no, it was great, and honestly, both were worth seeing and trying. The Noah in Cana is, as Danny said, like a little bit more seafood focused. They're on the water. The Noah in Bavaro is near the water, but not, directly overlooking it. They definitely have different menus, but both excellent. And
Nice.
I would say the drinks at both were incredible, really interesting, original menus, and great service. Incredible 10 out of 10 service both places. I would say I would go back to either one any day of the week. I could see that as our date night spot.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, that Noah is a great recommendation.
Do you remember
Either one.
what you got to order at the restaurant? Because man, for me, it was like
I
a
don't. I tried
shrimp,
a little bit of everybody's
steak.
stuff. I can't really remember.
I ate some steak, and it was my God, it was delicious. Delicious. So, yeah. All right. So this is another question. This is a pretty good one, and I don't remember. Actually, no, I've never been to this store. You have, Ree. So this is a viewer. His name is Snapchat Chef. He posted this question on YouTube. Is this store expensive? This person is talking about your experience going to Jumbo at
Oh,
downtown Punta
okay.
Cana. Is this store expensive compared to other stores that you've been to? And for those that don't know, can you explain this type of store that you got to check out?
Yeah, I mean, the easiest way to describe Jumbo, it's like a Target with a shopping center or a Walmart with a shopping center, right? It's a general store plus, some appliances, some lifestyle items,
Mhm,
like light electronics, like they had TVs and fans and stuff like that, and then a huge grocery section. So Jumbo, at least the one I went to, this was the one in downtown Punta Cana by like the mall and everything. That Jumbo was not expensive. I would say it was pretty reasonably, like, average priced for Punta Cana
mhm.
compared to California, compared
Oh,
to the
very,
Ralphs
very
and
cheap.
Walmart, it was much cheaper. And
100%.
it wasn't all local brands either. Like, I got a Hamilton Beach, toaster, which was another adventure video that I posted on my socials where something might have happened with the toaster in our Airbnb back in July, and I gave myself the mission to go replace it on my own, which was
Mhm,
fun and gave me a reason to go to the store. But browsing there, they had all kinds of stuff, right? They had clothes and housewares and, like I said, TVs and a really, really well-stocked grocery area, and, like, aisles and aisles of baby food and clothes, and I said clothes? It had everything you would need on a regular basis, and I would say the
mhm,
price is very, very fair. Compared to other stores, I mean, I guess we could maybe do a longer video with ranking and stuff, but just to
mhm.
give you an idea, I think we've counted how many 6 different general grocery life supply stores we've been to so far, something
Mhm,
like that. It would be, I would say, right in the middle to, like, not lower middle for quality, but lower middle for price for sure, because there weren't a ton of imports. A lot of stuff was local, except for maybe, like, the electronics and stuff like that or the housewares brands.
yeah.
But, yeah, it was very reasonably priced. I got out of there with, like, I think it was, like, 15 something like dollars with I got some
Mhm.
baby food and a toaster, and I don't know, that doesn't sound bad to me.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Jumbo. I like it a lot, and I know there's a new one coming, and I'm really excited to go to that one too.
All right. So this is more of a comment. I can't really pronounce this name because it's very weird. But anyways, this is on YouTube. Congrats. He talked about when we were there back in December. Congrats. I do worry on some things you guys said. Make sure you think everything through. Punta Cana is completely different from the rest of the country. Punta Cana is geared towards foreigners. So if you feel like you haven't left much behind, but the rest of the country does not work that way. So I guess as long you guys are mostly in the city, should be fine. Everything is gated and secure from a general population. Now, I have to mention this, and I've been seeing a lot of these type of comments talking about like safety and a couple other things too, and also like power outages. And look, for those that haven't watched our videos, I used to live in Dominican Republic. This is not nothing new. I lived in. I also used to stay in this place in the Salcedo area called Tenares. I also lived in El Campo in the mountains in around that area of Tenares as a kid. I've been through power outages. I know how it is when it comes to safety. Let me tell you, I prefer living in Dominican Republic more than when it comes to like crime, more than over here, because over here there's shootings. There's a lot of school shootings. There's a lot of things that I feel like is super dangerous and is very random compared to other places around the world. Like there's people they are afraid to come to the United States because of the things that we began to see over here. Look, I've been seeing all kinds of like crimes over here that is really, really bad, you know. So am I saying that in DR there's no crime? Of course not. Of course, we know there is crime, but it's compared to like the things that are happening here, it's day and night, you know. So like for one example I want to mention is, you know, I lived over there and I've never experienced a school shooting over there in DR. And
Let me let me
I
do a
never
quick
even
Google.
seen school shootings over there in DR compared to how it is over here. Over here it happens all the time. All the time. There's people that there's been shootings at a movie theater, at a restaurant, at a church, like you know, it's just too much. Look, I have friends that moved out of the country and they left to like Europe because they felt unsafe, not only for them, but also for their kids, you know? So I just want to bring
Um,
that up because people bring that up a lot. Look, we're not good. There's areas that we know we're not gonna go, but believe it or not, a lot of people that have been living in Dominican Republic and been driving a lot around. They feel safe, you know. So
yeah.
just want to mention that. But
So if I look, and this is just me doing a quick Google,
yeah,
the closest thing that I can find to what we experience far too often here in United States is in 1984, there was a civilian riot, not
hmm
necessarily a mass shooting, and there was a pretty significant death toll,
hmm
but no, not like a lone gun person.
hmm
There's of course fires, things that happen with uprisings in the government further back, you know,
hmm
not in our lifetime. And then more recently in 2022, one civilian was injured. Um,
What year was that
in
one?
2022
hmm
in Los Alcarrizos
hmm
in Santo Domingo. One person injured. Compared to what is very grim that I don't want to go through
Yeah.
that we see here.
hmm
One of the major reasons why we even started talking about this is safety, and specifically for a family of Latino heritage. We feel
hmm
safer there than we do here. Period. We just
100%.
do.
hmm
So understand the warnings and the concern from people, and it's genuinely appreciated. This is the best choice for our family. Period.
hmm and also I do want to mention before I go to the next comment is media sometimes exaggerates on a lot of things. Like for example, there was like a hurricane I think like passed through Punta Cana, and they were like, "Oh my God, is it over all over Dominican Republic?" Like, no, it's not. Like, I even had friends that posted from there, like they're safe. It's not that bad. It's just don't don't rely too much of the U.S. media because they're too much
Oh, never.
sometimes. Yeah.
Sorry. No,
All right. So this is
no.
from Mina. To talk about that is great for us to that we're doing so much research about moving before going to Dominican Republic. Life changing decisions require a lot of research, and I totally 100% agree because I don't want to
Absolutely.
go over there and I'm like I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. You don't want to do that. You want to be prepared before any life changing life-changing moves like this, so yeah.
For sure.
Emily, Danny, I know you mentioned in another video being from San Francisco Macorís. That's where my husband grew up. We're considering moving to DR in the future. Loving these videos. So helpful. First of all, thank you, Emily, for watching. Shout out to your husband from San Francisco Macorís. For those that don't know, that's the third biggest city in the whole Dominican Republic. I lived there a very long time. I also had a business over there, my first business as a teen there in San Francisco Macorís. So the area that I used to live is La Carretera, like going to the capital from there. There's a lot of business, a lot of residential areas there. I used to live in this area called La Caperuza and La Fortuna. Those are two areas I used to live. And I also used to go to two schools there in San Francisco Macorís. One is called La Altagracia. That's like a Catholic private school. And the other one is called Los Amiguitos. I was like, when I was like a little kid, I used to go to that school. Yeah, I remember the uniforms there was like yellow and blue. It was like a weird color. But I enjoyed. That was like one of my favorite time growing up in DR was just living there and I found my gaming community. We used to meet up all the time, play some Super Nintendo games and so on, Sega Genesis. So we used to do a lot of trades because there were some games I didn't have, my friends had, so we used to go to each other's house and like, okay, here. All right. So, what you think about that, Ree? Because you drove through San Francisco Macorís briefly when we were going to La Terrenas, but I think it will be really cool for us to check it out the city and stay there a little bit longer, right?
Yeah, it was really sweet, and it was also cool to hear you commenting on how much it's changed. Obviously, it's been many years since you lived there,
So
or
much
since you'd even
business.
been back.
Hmm.
So it's cool to again see and hear about the development, and you had even called your mom and your sister, telling them about like this building is different and this is new
Yeah.
here. So that was really
Hmm.
fun, and shout out to school uniforms. I grew up with school uniforms as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. And I think that's really great. It honestly gave me more opportunities to express myself through my passion on the weekends and after school than if I had, like, spent all my time and energy every single day getting dressed, which is, like, a lot and actually drains me now as an adult.
Yeah.
Like, I actually love a uniform. I actually kind of have a bit of, like, a outfit formula uniform that I use on a regular basis now
Hmm.
because it's just such a habit and it makes things so much easier. But speaking of learning and school,
Hmm.
there is a question from Instagram. This is actually on one of our clips on my Instagram that
Oh,
we
okay.
posted.
Hmm.
What is this one about? This was about joining like the expat community and kind of along the same lines of like, is this the real Dominican Republic?
Hmm.
But the question was from Indie Film Antoine. So, hi, thanks for commenting. And Antoine says, I really hope you and your family have the best lives there. Please continue to keep us posted. Don't worry, we will. Also, do you know Spanish? There's a good chance I missed that if you did, but I'm just curious. And my answer is sí, yo sé suficiente español para salir adelante. So I've been practicing. I have my Spanish lessons every day on my phone. Estoy practicando cada día con Danny
Oh,
and
see,
su
yeah.
familia.
Live on
So
the podcast.
yeah, I'm trying. It's so much easier when we're there or when we're with your family, Danny, and I
Hmm.
hear it all day and I'm speaking a little bit more confidently. So I look forward to the next time we're there or the next time we get to like actually go around your family because I feel like I might have a little more confidence now.
Hmm.
But it's hard, right? It's hard when you're just taking lessons and not using it. And I know it'll be a lot easier once we're actually relocated.
Well, I gotta answer this. Well, you can both answer this one because it's just like it's so dumb seeing this, man. This is from Steve Hall on YouTube. Google and Nvidia are not coming to DR. Just nonsense. I replied to
Huh?
this person. He
Wait.
said, "This is from the Google Nvidia video that we did," and
Okay.
and this person very negative, but like, Google and Nvidia are not coming to DR. That's just nonsense. I'm like, bro, both of these companies and including the government announced this. This was like a big deal. It's all over the news. Look it up. Do your research. Instead of being closed minded and just want the country to just stay the same forever, do some research and be happy about this. this is amazing seeing more tech companies going to Dominican Republic. Like this is going to help a lot of people that are into tech in DR to get a big future opportunities like this. You know what I'm saying? So this is
Yeah.
good. I don't know what people are hating on this. It's like not everybody. I think the majority of people are like they're very happy about it, but like there's always going to be one or two that are like this. You know, like oh, it's not true. It's not going to happen. You know,
I mean,
but
I understand maybe some skepticism with news in general. We of course
mhm.
have experienced that, but this is happening. It's been reported. Many different sources have been
Yeah.
well researched, so it is the truth. If that's helpful.
Mhm.
And yeah, I personally am excited for the advancements coming, and bringing more business and more education and work opportunities to people on the island. And yeah, I think that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Here is a comment from Emmanuel07.
Oh,
And this is
that's
over on YouTube,
okay.
and said, "Congrats, guys. Very happy for you. Hope it all
Mhm.
works out. We do too. Once all is done, let us know where you rank the developer for future reference and give us
Ooh.
their info as well."
Mhm.
Put a pin in that. Really quickly, they had a second comment that said, "Remember to ask for non-slippery stone in tiles. It's worth the money." And I will say, absolutely. Non-slip tile is like almost like the number one thing on my list of customizations.
She's not a
There's
fan
a
of that. Rihanna's not
I
a
mean,
fan.
there's a design aesthetic for really smooth, sick, shiny tiles, like
Mhm.
either on the floors or on the walls or both for high-end luxury villas. And I understand it looks very beautiful. It is not functional for our family at all. It's actually quite dangerous. We have older people who will be with us. We have kids who will be around. It's not a
Mhm.
good idea. Just not a good idea to have slippery floors. So yes, we will have very intentionally chosen flooring, either wood or more porous or matte stone. And that's something that we are 100% going to take care of with our design choices. But going back to ranking the developer. So we've mentioned this before. We're working with Grupo Joseda, and we are really excited to be partnering with them on this project. We can't rank them. We've never worked with anyone else before, but we
Mhm.
will be documenting the journey as it progresses.
Yeah, I agree, and also, we've been talking to them for a while, and they've been really good at communicating back to us and everything.
Incredible. Yeah.
Great team. Also took us out to eat and just get to see the Cap Cana area. To we went to their office too. Got to see some of the different designs of other projects they're working on. So they've been really great at communicating. That's something I have to say has been A+ when it comes to that. They've been really good with that. So
Right,
at
and
least
and
that.
technically, we haven't even started our build yet, so we're
Hmm.
feeling really good about the relationship. They're so welcoming. I don't wanna say they feel like family already, but it's kinda like that. Like, they
Hmm.
really do reflect as real people who have a real care for what they're building and who they're building it with, and that's how we operate with our company and with everything we do too. And
Hmm.
it's such a good match that, we're nothing but excited. So,
Yeah.
we anticipate lots of fun, positive updates, and, being on time as well. Like, they've shown that they can build
Yeah.
on a schedule that is it's not as extended as most people assume for a lot of developers in the area. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, I'll mention
So,
this. I know
yeah,
their last project, that the house that they built in Punta Cana Village, they finished ahead of schedule. I
ahead of
know
schedule.
I know that because the owners of that house mentioned that. So that's
Yeah,
some. And let's see what happens with us. I do want to mention that it is important. Relationship is very, very important in DR for all kinds of stuff. For especially for these type of things, doing research for anything. Relationships is very, very important. 'Cause that's how we've been connecting with a lot of people. It's just more of like advice, or trying to think of another word to
like personal recommendations.
yeah, you go, recommendations and all that stuff. So yeah, that's important. I know when it's someone that has never been to DR and doesn't know anybody, it's really, really hard. But once you're there, make sure to build relationships and start talking to people in the local area, and slowly you will build those relationships with other people too. All right, I'm gonna read my last one, unless you have one more, Reem. This will be my last one from me.
No, I didn't realize we had so many.
It's a lot.
Just
It's a
really
lot.
quick, I just wanna say, like, this is awesome, and we read every single comment, so thank you all for
Please.
sharing your thoughts with us our content and our journey and everything we're doing, and keep it coming, please. Like, this
Mhm.
really gives us so much energy and fuel in the long weeks in between waiting for updates. It really helps to have your support and your participation. So thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, good or bad, just send the comments, and we love to interact with
But
everybody.
maybe
This is
less
pretty cool.
bad.
Less bad, of course, but good. All right, so this is Peak to Playa. Hi there. We're going to be neighbors with a happy face. My partner and I are building a place in Vista Cana and is projected to be delivered August of 2027 ish. I like the renderings of your villa. I think we all picked a great area. Anyway, love your content, and it's nice to see others excited about moving to the DR too.
Yay.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's exciting seeing this. It's exciting seeing other people that are also building homes over there, or they're
Mhm.
planning to rent because they just want to live somewhere else in DR. Like it's cool to see this. It's really exciting. It pumps me up. It
It
pumps me up
is.
to for us to move faster to move over there. So
For
yeah.
sure. It's also really cool to be involved with groups like Punta Cana expats and Black expats in Vista Cana, and, like people who are on a similar journey, but either many steps ahead of us or right next to where we are. And just sharing resources and having that community that we're already starting to build. It's so encouraging, and
Hmm.
really makes all the difference, because it really doesn't feel like we're doing this alone. And oh God, I'm getting emotional. That
Yeah.
that makes it all feel way more possible, right? Like,
Hmm.
what is it the saying? Like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with other people. I don't know. I don't know
Something
the
like
end
that.
of
Close
it.
enough. I get what you're
Something
trying to
like
say
that.
though.
But it's so true. Like you really need a team to get things like this through. And it's the way we work. We love working with teams. We love helping people make their dreams come true, and this
Hmm.
is just one of many dreams that we have and that we share. And once this is quote unquote done, on to another set of dreams, right? Either ours or other people's or both. I just want to make our lives and everybody else's lives better. And I'm just so grateful to you, Danny, in the universe, for giving us the skills and the resources and the connections we need to make things like this happen.
Yeah, it is exciting. It is exciting, and I'm excited to see our daughter growing up there and experience something different. Very different than here in the states. So,
I
but
mean, almost
everyone,
like a '90s kinda life, right? Where she's like,
yeah,
all the kids are out until the lights come on, and then they just, like,
yeah,
run home, and you're like, "Where were you all day? You smell like outside. Go wash up."
yeah. I just been riding bikes all over the place. So.
Yeah.
No, everyone, thank you so much for watching or listening to the latest episode of the Danny and Rihanna Show. Again, 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 please like this video, subscribe, and share the content. Please, we need your help. We're about to hit 800 subscribers, but we want to go higher than that. Let's go to 1,000. That's the main goal.
Mhm.
And after we reach that goal, we'll have another goal. But that's the main one. 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We can't do this without you. So please, please, please spread the word about the show. All right. Anything else, Ree?
That's it. This was fun. I like reading through everything again, because
Yeah.
I don't know if it's corny or nothing, but, like, I look through these comments and I'm like, "Oh, look at all these people who are just, like, cheering us on, like, we
Yeah.
we can do it for them. We're
And
we're
we
gonna make it
skipped a lot.
happen."
There's a lot of comments. I'm like,
There's so many
it's a
people
lot.
that you know who you are. We try to respond to everything, or like to everything, and
Hmm.
we really appreciate people who comment more than once. We know who you are.
Yep. Yep.
Thanks for being homies, and yeah, let's see what else we can do together.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Until next time, we're out. Bye.
Bye.